A New York Jets insider has dropped a massive Breece Hall Jets trade report, as there has been a lot of discussion surrounding Breece Hall and him entering that final year of his contract, with Aaron Glenn making some comments on Breece Hall, contacting Breece Hall as well, and having to speak on it when questions were asked, with a litany of other running backs on this team who are also guys who the Jets will use heavily. And with that in mind, there is a lot of discussion that Breece Hall is likely going to find himself out of the New York Jets sooner rather than later. And we are going to break all this down, break down how this happens, break it all down. We're going to discuss it all. Matt, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris and Matt here. If you guys are not subscribed and you're part of that 63%, you guys can't tell right now, but Matt actually is outdoors right now because until we get to 7,000 subscribers, Matt is not allowed inside his house anymore. That's the rule we made. There it is. We just saw the outdoors very quickly. So he is actually outdoors, and most importantly, it's not that. It's that Breece Hall is finding himself at the helm of a lot of trade discussions, Matt. Now, this was recently brought up by Jets insider Rich Cimini, who, well, he mentioned a quote by Breece Hall, who said, "I'm not entitled to anything. I'm around a new GM, new coaches, a lot of new faces. So for me, I've got to prove that I'm the guy. Every day, I feel like my skill set, I'm a 3-down back and second to none to a lot of backs in the league. We have a great running back room, a lot of healthy competition. But my mentality is that every day I'm going to come in and prove that I'm the best back on this roster and one of the best backs in the league." And Cimini mentioned that Hall's name surfaced in trade rumors around the draft. It got so loud that Glenn called Hall to put his mind at ease. According to Hall, Glenn called him and said, "I don't want to trade you. I want you to be here. You're going to be our running back." The Jets want to be a run-oriented offense, so it wouldn't have made sense to trade their most accomplished back. It could be a different story around the midseason trading deadline. If they fall out of contention, Hall will be a prime candidate to be dealt. We already know how much Glenn likes Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis as well. And Matt, what we saw was this report really make waves also on Instagram when Bleacher Report Gridiron also mentioned the same thing, that Hall could be traded at the deadline if what we see is the Jets team that is out of contention. Something that if Vegas odds have anything to say about it is what's going to happen. Matt, Breece Hall, very, very talented player. Obviously, it would suck to lose him, but at the same time, with the contract situation coming up, it feels like it could be a bit more likely. At the same time, Hall has made it very clear that he wants to show the Jets, I am not just any running back. I am one of the best running backs in the entire sport. So as long as that's the case, I think that at least at part of the season, we're going to see Breece Hall really going for it.
Chris, we're pretty good on record with saying that we don't want to see Breece Hall traded, even with all these reports that he's on the trade block. And it makes sense when you're not a really good football team. It doesn't make sense to go out and pay a running back. But we have to make sure we have to put Justin Fields in the best possible situation for him to succeed, because we want to make sure that should he succeed or fail, we know for a fact that he succeeded or failed because he succeeded or failed. We don't want to make the situation around him not good enough to where he fails and you go, I don't know if he's bad or not. You have to know for sure. And Breece Hall is going to be a big part of that. Aaron Glenn's talking about using the committee running back. I am honestly not buying it that much. Everything he said, he hasn't given us any reason to doubt anything that he said, but Breece Hall is so much better than Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis. It doesn't make sense to split those carries evenly when Breece Hall is a better receiving back than both of those guys and a better normal running back than both of those guys. The only thing that either one of those guys do better than Breece Hall is Braylon Allen would be better on the goal line, but that's all stuff to start the season. Should the New York Jets be in a bad spot, losing a lot of games at the trade deadline, then it would make a lot more sense for Breece Hall to be traded. Like I said earlier, if you're a bad team, it doesn't make any sense at all to pay a running back. And Breece Hall would absolutely be the first guy that you would look to trade if he was still not under contract and the New York Jets were doing poorly at the trade deadline. That's when we would expect something like a 4th-round pick and a 7th-round pick coming back for Breece Hall. I know that sounds like a gross return, but what's even grosser is paying a player who plays a position that is not conducive to winning football games on a bad team. if we were bad, we have to make sure we are saving that money for the positions that matter, saving our money for a quarterback, a left tackle, a wide receiver one, and pass rushers. Those are the positions that win you football games. That's what we need to save our money for. Running back, not only is it not an important position, it is running back and safety are the two positions that are the least conducive to winning, along with tight end. That's why they get paid so much less than the other positions. We cannot, if we are a bad team, we cannot get caught paying a running back.
Yeah, I agree. You with the Jets right now, also because they have younger running backs, it's a lot easier to not pay a running back, even if it's as good as Breece Hall, and you'd rather get something in comparison to getting nothing. So the logic behind trading Hall, if you're terrible and it feels like he's going to leave, makes sense, especially considering the fact that at some point before the season begins, we will see Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner get those extensions as well. So there's going to be a lot of money getting dished out in the coming days, or, well, months, I should say. So because of that, it does make it a bit harder to end up trading or to end up paying Breece Hall if you guys are not having some success. Now, we also saw Aaron Glenn say, I'm excited about all three of those guys. I mean, the running backs, I really am. I don't know if there are three backs in this league that have potential like these three. And also, Breece Hall said, I know what I could do. I know the potential I have, but potential will only get you so far. I want to be a finished product. I want to be able to say that I've done everything I wanted to do. So on top of this, we're seeing Breece Hall be very confident, show that he wants to bounce back. Breece even said that he didn't think he had a good season last year, so he wants to prove that he can be that guy. And you're absolutely right. Like, when you look at the three running backs on the Jets, Breece is a better straight-up running back and also a better receiving back than both of these guys. Yeah, you could use Braylon Allen as a third down back. You can use Isaiah Davis here and there. That's completely fine to not use Breece as a bell cow running back, especially one, the NFL is moving away from that, but also on top of that, it's just you have other talented enough running backs, and also you're a run-heavy team. You don't want to just completely burn Breece Hall out, so it becomes that thing where we know that there's going to get a lot of runs going. Aaron Glenn said a while ago when we first ever talked about Breece Hall trade rumors on this show that, well, Glenn said the way that it works out, he thinks everybody's going to be happy with it, even though there's going to be a lot of running and it's not really a one running back room. He said he does think all the guys will be happy with the way it works out. That kind of leads me to believe that it's not going to be even. My guess is that it'll go Breece, Allen, and then Davis in terms of touches. I imagine Breece will still get the most per game for sure as well. He is the best one there. No one's doubting that. Aaron Glenn does love Davis and Allen, but he's also a smart person. He understands who the best running back is. And also, it's important to note that, yeah, Aaron Glenn's the head coach. That's a huge part of it. He's not calling the plays on offense. That's Tanner Engstrand. So there's a world that Engstrand maybe doesn't feel the same about Allen or Davis the way that Glenn loves them all. I'm not saying that means that they won't get touches at all, but it could lead to this going in Breece's favor.
So that's absolutely right. We do have to remember Tanner Engstrand is our offensive coordinator. He is coming over from the Detroit Lions as well as Aaron Glenn, but they are on the same page. If Aaron Glenn is saying that there's going to be a committee backfield, I am positive he has cleared that comment with Tanner Engstrand. So I would say there is a 100% chance that whoever that third running back is, we're projecting it to be Isaiah Davis currently, is going to get at least around 5 touches per game, which is, fine for your third string running back. Just got to make sure Breece stays in that 15 to 18 touch range. Don't want to see him getting too low. He's a guy who is a home run threat at any time. I understand sometimes he likes to go for the home run a little bit too much and not take what is there. But, you got to swing for the fences. Breece Hall has the breakaway speed. He's used to making highlights in the NFL. His rookie season was electric. He had a ton of highlights last season, or 2 seasons ago, despite coming off that torn ACL. Last season, in his words, was a down year, and I would agree with him. It wasn't a bad year by any means, but Breece Hall has a higher standard that he holds himself to and that we hold him to against other running backs because he was a phenomenal prospect. We know what kind of player he can be. That word potential that you used a lot is a great word for Breece Hall because he does have a lot of potential. But just like him, I'm looking to see him become a completed, finished product. And if he does become a finished product, he can tell Aaron Glenn, forget about that committee backfield role. This is my running back room. I am taking over. I am taking 20-plus touches per game, and Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis can fight for whatever's left.
I absolutely hope that it does work out. I'd rather not see Breece get traded, but obviously we're going to see how this all goes down. Obviously, this is something that's going to be prevalent for a bit, but at the same time, once training camp gets going, Breece will likely be on the team, almost certainly will be. If he gets moved, it will be at the deadline. So it's going to be some time. So obviously other storylines will emerge, but we'll keep you updated with that. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Matt, you're not allowed to go back inside yet.